When will people stop trusting Tony Fauci? Check out this clip of Fauci from 1983. Now, the background you need to know is Fauci's claim to fame is all the work he did in the early 80s with HIV and AIDS, right? Bush gave him a Presidential Medal of Freedom for his work with AIDS in 2008. Last year, he said, my career and my identity has been defined by HIV, okay? Now, someone found this video of Tony Fauci from 1983 talking about AIDS. Here it is.
As we're seeing virtually as the months go by, other groups that can be involved, and seeing it in children is really quite disturbing.
When you say other close contact, give me some examples.
Well, for example, if the close contact of a child is a household contact, perhaps there will be a certain number of cases of individual who are just living with and in close contact with someone with AIDS or at risk of AIDS who does not necessarily have to have intimate sexual contact or share a needle, but just the ordinary close contact that one sees in normal interpersonal relationships.
Yeah, people needed to wear a mask back then. That would have solved everything. Fauci was wrong. He was wrong. You can only get AIDS through intimate sexual contact and drug needles. And yes, a woman can pass it to the baby as well. But regardless of that, it's sex and drugs. That's it. Not casual, close contact. Even if saliva is swapped, if someone with HIV spits in your eye, you still can't get AIDS that way. It's sex and drugs. Fauci was wrong. Now, a year later, he corrected the record. And you can give him some credit for this. I do. I'm not here to criticize him for being wrong in 1983. It was very early in our understanding about HIV and AIDS. And that's my point. We are still early in our understanding of COVID. And my suggestion is that Tony Fauci and others are just as wrong about COVID today as he was wrong about HIV 38 years ago. You with me? He's just as wrong today as he was then. Same guy. And think of the chaos and the fear that his comments caused, that HIV can spread just through normal, close contact and even to children, right? This wasn't just an off-the-hand comment even to ABC News that was. He wrote an article or wrote an editorial about a study in JAMA, one of the medical journals. He said the possibility that routine close contact can spread the disease, if indeed later is true, AIDS takes on an entirely new dimension. If we add to this possibility that non-sexual, non-bloodborne transmission is possible, the scope of the syndrome may be enormous. Do you see the fear-mongering here? It should at least alert us to the possibility that we are truly dealing with AIDS in children as transmitted through routine interaction. That was Fauci. Wrong, 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 should be career-endingly wrong. And the media went wild, all the national headlines about household contact and transmit AIDS, and people freaked out. And this led to, to say the least, an increase of ostracization, to say the least, of people with HIV AIDS. And people still today think you can get it through casual contact. And who do you have to thank for that? Tony stinking Fauci. And we are reliving the same thing today. Same person leading the circus. Imagine having a job where the worse you do and the more wrong you are, the more you get promoted. The more wrong you are, the more your stature grows. I am certain that in 43 years, hopefully a heck of a lot sooner than that, but I am certain that one day we will look back on Tony Fauci and realize that he was just as wrong about COVID as he was about AIDS. But maybe by then, you won't be able to say anything about it because you're not allowed to criticize or question Lord Fauci, of course, because it's a cult, it's a religion. Fauci is Lord, the CDC guidelines are the holy book. If you get COVID, it means you've sinned. It's a moral failing if you get COVID. You didn't work enough. You didn't do the right things. You disobeyed the CDC guidelines in the holy book. COVID is the ultimate sin. You must fall in line or else you're a heretic and you'll be excommunicated from social media if you ask the wrong questions. What's going on here today is no different than the pagan societies that we've had for thousands of years. And every cult has their cult leader. Mike Slater, spread the word.